Hello everyone, welcome back to Top Beauty Magazines. Today's video is a tutorial of how to make cluster braids. So let's get started. Before we get into the steps of making this hairstyle, we need to prepare our hair, for which we will wash it using your favorite shampoo, condition it, and you can also straighten it if you have wavy or curly hair. This would make the hairstyle more appealing when it gets finished. For the first step, we are going to create a small section on the top of our head, secure it using a rubber band and create a tiny ponytail like this. Now this ponytail gets divided into two halves, left and right. We'll secure one side of this ponytail using a clutcher or a hairpin and proceed with the other half. Our goal is to create a braid out of this section that we have created by adding more and more layers of hair strands from the significant side of the head that we are working with. For example, in this case, the right side. It's just like creating waterfall braid, where we keep adding delicate and thin hair strand from the loose hair part that we have into the braid that we are creating to give it a layered and waterfall-like look. Once we get finished with the scalp hair part, we'll be left with some loose strands which we are going to braid down normally using the 3-strand braiding method. We are now going to repeat the same thing on the left side as well, but before we do that, we will have to divide the left side of the hair sectioning that we had created earlier into another different part, which means we have to take some hair out and make another sectioning out of it. We'll clip the extra sectioning on the top of our head and function with the remaining pieces of hair that we have. With the remaining hair strand, we are going to perform the same braiding process that we just performed on the right side of the head, exactly the same. To make the process more comprehensible, I would say that we have to divide the initial hair sectioning that we had created earlier at the very beginning as our first step into 3 unique different hair sectionings. Left, right and center. We'll perform the braiding on left and right side of the hair sectioning and secure the center piece on the top of our head to work with it later. Now that the hair looks something like this, it's time for us to work with the hair sectioning that we had secured in the center of our head. We just divide this hair strand into 3 sections and make a slim flat braid out of it. Once we are done creating these braids, we'll clip all the braids together on the top of the head to keep them out of our way. And we'll find Underneath all these braids, there are these loose hair strands that were created as a result of our waterfall braid that we created on the left and the right side of our head. These loose hair strands won't be clustered yet. They'll be neatly divided into particular hair sectionings, which will then become easy for you to create a braid out of it. You just have to keep adding these hair strands or hair sectioning into each other and create a very neat braid out of it. You can follow the video along for a more clean and elaborated visual representation. Now that every little inch of our hair has been braided into a thick or a thin braid, we are going to pinch some pieces out of the braid to give it a little more messy and clustered look. Then we are going to take the central thin braid and insert it in the center of our thick braid, just like this. You can use bobby pin to secure it, and similarly we are going to wrap around the left and the right side of the thin braids that we had created, the waterfall braid that we had created earlier, on the respective sides that they are. Use a bobby pin to pin down all the thin braids into their places so they don't look messy and they give a clean look. To finish off this look, we are going to take a section from the bottom of our thick braid and wrap it around the hairband that has been securing it to hide the rubber band. And there you go, your clustered braid hairstyle is done. You can rock it anywhere you want with a clean look. Follow for more.